as Senate leaders try to negotiate a last-minute deal to avert the so-called nuclear option to bust up the filibuster. Some rank-and-file members are reportedly saying that progress is being made. But did anything come out of last night's closed-door meeting other than senators wishing they did that more often? Joining me now is Mississippi Republican Roger Wicker. Senator Wicker, thanks so much for being on the show.
Glad to be on. Thank you so much.
So you encourage your colleagues to come to this meeting and participate in it. It obviously was robust, went for more than 3 hours, but you left it last night, according to Time magazine, saying that Reid won't take this deal of just allowing the next 7 to go forward and operating as business as usual. Is that safe to say what that meeting told us?
Well, so far we don't have a deal, but there are talks continuing. And it seems like we always have to go to the brink here in the United States Senate, or even in the House and the Senate. So I think there's hope even yet. There's a cloture vote scheduled for 11 a.m. and perhaps something will be worked out either then or during the course of the afternoon.
From being in that room, talk about the feelings for your party. Obviously, you guys have offered a way forward for these disputed nominees, but Reid seems to want more. He sort of wants to have this idea of never challenging these types of nominations moving forward. How is that sitting with the conference right now?
Well, actually, let me make it clear. There was an offer by the majority leader last Saturday, and Republicans sort of bounced that issue around, and it was clear that there were going to be at least 6 Republicans to vote for that, and then the majority leader withdrew that offer. So those are just the bare facts. But let me say this, there are a lot of frustrations on both sides. Republicans are frustrated at this recess appointment of 2 NLRB members and Mr. Cordray when the Senate was not in recess. The fact that the president was wrong on that has been upheld by a district court and now by the second highest court in the land. So we're very frustrated at that. We think it's an unconstitutional act. There are frustrations on the part of the Democrats. They say we won't go to conference on the budget. The committee process is too slow. I understand all those frustrations, but changing the filibuster rule and essentially, as a senior Democrat said last night, breaking the Senate rules to change the rules is a step that's not going to help those frustrations. It has nothing to do with the real issues. And the real issues are that we can't seem to reach consensus and look past the next election to the next generation in this Congress and in the United States.
But sir, what's your response what's your response to the folks that say, look, the president was elected by a large electoral college majority back in November. It's his job to appoint the people that he sees fit into these positions. He's not being able to do his job because of the gridlock thrown forward by Mitch McConnell. I mean, does the president not have a right to appoint who he wants in these positions, having won the presidency?
Yes, I would say that he does, and he's appointed over 1,000 nominees, and only 4 have been rejected. He's batting 999 and getting his nominees through. But there are protections for the minority in a legislative body. And even the nominees that have eventually gone on to be confirmed and are now holding office, a minority has used that. My party has used that in the Senate to get important documents, to find out the basis of statements that the administration has made, and to move the departments and the bureaucracy toward being responsive to the requests that really any citizen should be able to have answered, much less an elected
Senator Wicker,
in the United States Senate.
Real quickly, I wanted to get your opinion, being a member of the Senate Armed Services Committee. Senator Gillibrand's bill from New York that would obviously take the sexual assault authority from under the chain of command in the military, picking up some big Republican support with Ted Cruz and Rand Paul. Where do you stand on that legislation, and do you think it can move forward now with that Republican cover?
I don't think it can move forward. I'm a retired judge advocate from the Air Force, and I think you have support on both sides of the aisle for my position that we need to come down heavy and hard on sexual assault and sexual harassment, but we don't need to take the commanders out of that decision when it involves the military. We can do a lot better, but to take the commanders out and the chain of command is not a step that we need to take. It would be unnecessary to resolve the problem and would be harmful, I think, to good order and discipline in the military.
Indeed. Senator Roger Wicker from Mississippi, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much.